Imagine you are being appointed as a captain of a football team. You need 2 goals to win the championship, and your match is in a week. You have a good team, but you need to make sure that these 2 goals happen. I want a response from you all in one word. What would you think would be your, what words would come to your mind if you had to score 2 goals within 1 week? Prepare your team for that. Yes?
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Collaboration.
Collaboration.
Motivation.
Thank you. Amazing. Motivation. Thank you so much. Yes?
Dedication.
Dedication. Fantastic. Anything else?
Unity.
Unity. Perfect. Yes?
Consistency.
Consistency. Brilliant.
Planned strategies.
Plan strategy. Thank you so much.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. Perfect. Anything else? PE team.
Know the weakness of the opponent.
Defense. You should know your defense. Perfect. Yes? Trust. Trust. Brilliant. We've integrated these points and we're just going to present to you what we think this is teamwork, as you all said. Training. We all need to be trained to do that. Game plan. Defense. And it's time bound. What if I tell you that these are the same things that you need to achieve United Nations goals? Let's look at it. Partnership, as in teamwork. Awareness through education, as in training. Goals, strategy, how to achieve goals. Challenges, that's your defense. And the same thing, it is also time bound. I am Ashmin. And I am Komal. Good morning, everyone. And we are going to share with you our understanding of what are United Nations Sustainability Development Goals 2030. These are set of 17 goals for the world's future through 2030. They are backed by 169 targets. They negotiated over 3 years at United Nations, and it's agreed by 193 countries. And for your information, in the world there are 195 countries. How were these goals formed? Now, in 2012, there was a summit, a Rio Plus 20 summit, wherein these goals were proposed. And Colombia and Guatemala proposed these goals based on Millennium Development Goals. Millennium Development Goals are MDGs. They were set of 8 goals which were made for in 2000, and by 2015 they were for poverty in 8 nations, and these goals were achieved. So it was a big success. So it was proposed that maybe we can have something for the entire world which can be achievable. So after 83 national surveys, engaging 7 million people, countless meetings, negotiations with 193 countries, consensus was achieved. And this consensus was one of the biggest negotiations in the history of United Nations. Why do we need these goals? We need these goals to meet the needs of today, while not compromising the needs, the ability of the future generation to achieve its needs. We believe that human prosperity must go hand in hand with protecting the planet. And 800 million people still live in extreme poverty, and they are the most vulnerable to climate problems or environment degeneration or anything that happens. They are the most vulnerable people, so they need to be taken care of. What is different about these 17 goals? These 17 goals have 3 characteristics: universality, integration and transformation. They apply to every nation, every sector, every city, every organization, every school. These goals are integrated, which means to achieve one goal, you cannot achieve it in isolation. You have to have others combined with it. Like climate action cannot be achieved without being responsible, the industries taking care of it. And they are transformative. These goals involve big fundamental changes in how we live on Earth. So they will transform the Earth into a better place. They do sound ambitious, but it gives us a direction. It gives the nations a direction to work in. And we are hoping that how much ever we do, we try and achieve it in some form or the other, to one level or the other. These are the 17 goals that we're talking about. No poverty is number one goal, because that integrates a lot of other goals. Poverty eradication is extremely important for achieving other goals as well. Zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions, partnerships for these goals. These are the 17 goals.
Thank you, Ashwin ma'am. So since we just came to know about the 17 goals, now it's time for you to tell us how, as an individual, can you contribute towards this goal? What action can you take? For which we have selected 2 goals, and we would now want you to take the strike with this football. So the first one which we have selected is quality education. As an individual, how will you contribute towards achieving this goal? So I pass on. Yeah, we are flashing the challenges as well, so that it is easier for you to come up with an action. I'll pass on the ball. Please take the strike. Once you are done, you give the strike to some other teacher, right? So wants the strike.
First and foremost, about quality education. Beside our society, there are some constructions going on. So there are some laborers' children and all which do not get good education, maybe, I don't know. But just to make sure that they get good quality education, I provided some stimulus to them by interacting with them on some weekends. I mean, this is not in the current academic year. I've done it in the last academic year. Now they have shifted, so I cannot relocate them again and again. So, but I went 3 or 4 times and I gave them quality education, and they were inspired, and they used to sit beside me and do some work related to drawing or related to poems or related to things like that.
So it was like each one teach one. Great initiative, sir. So please pass on this track.
You can also volunteer.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Or you can give it to us and we can pass it. I might not be able to score. Yes. Supriya ma'am.
I can't comment.
Good morning, everyone. So when I look at the challenges, one thing comes into my mind, and that is technology. If we make use of technology in the right way, digital education and providing, so we are looking at no classrooms, distance between home and school, we're looking at expense of education, lack of trained teachers. So if we are able to reach the remote areas through digital education, making sure that everyone has access to, internet and online classrooms and online courses, I think a lot of problems will be taken care of.
True. Digital education. Moving forward, we'll have the second goal and we'll strike for the second goal now, and let's see what actions you'll come up with. This goal is achieving gender equality, and the challenges are as follows. Yeah. So come on teachers, for gender equality. Quality education was something related to our field, but this is also very important. So who wants to take the strike? Shruti ma'am?
Good morning everyone. As it is about gender equality, so what comes first in my mind is about spreading awareness about the importance of this education, which does not only, instructed only boys. Yes, we have to spread, we have to make our people, those who are around us, we have to make them aware the importance of this education, even for the girl child. So as sir said just now, that all laborers or the maids who comes to our house, we can also explain them the importance, or whenever feel we can give our time, Saturday, Sundays, whenever we are free, we can give our time to them, just to make sure that yes, we are also a part of this, of this nation, and this is how we can provide from ourselves to for our nation.
That can be a very good action as an individual which we can take.
Good morning everyone. One thing that comes to my mind for gender equality is that to provide opportunities for women to work on their skills, give them the confidence, maybe organize workshops. So I am aware of this organization that works near Panchgani. So women make sanitary napkins out of all the waste materials, and they of course clean that and make sanitary. That provides them employment opportunities, that gives them an opportunity to believe in themselves. It gives them economic independence. So more such workshops. In fact, our school has a very good opportunity where we all help maids to get that confidence by giving them education. So that is one way of giving gender equality.
Thank you so much, teachers. Moving ahead, since we came to know about your actions and what we can do at individual level, our kids at a very young age, even they have started contributing in their little levels by spreading awareness about the United Nations goals. So children at VKE with the SDGs. So students of grade 4 promoted the UN Goal 13 climate action. It was integrated through the theme Sharing the Planet, where they learned all about ecosystems and biodiversities. They made posters and banners and to spread awareness about how climate is changing and how it is affecting our environment. Students, through a role play, they came up with a role play with a nice story, ideas, and they explained the importance of interconnection between life on land. This was again the goal 15, the life on land, how we need to preserve it. United Nations Goal 14, life underwater, was also promoted by kids. This was a part of their summative assessment, and they came up with really creative ideas and how they can spread awareness, teach others so that others also get motivated and work towards it. So United Nations goals are integrated with our curriculum. They come up in our POI, and we as teachers should consciously make students aware of these developmental goals, because after all it is for their future. We need to do something to sustain their future. They are coming up with action at such an early age. It's time for us also to give them that support. So through our teaching, we can really make a difference. So these were the goals which were integrated with the curriculum of PYB 4 and PYB 5.
This is some of the suggested action that we can take as an education community. Schools, teachers, students, parents. Check your food waste, save water, spread awareness, volunteer your time, reuse paper and plastic, recycle, organize a carpool, set up on-campus compost pit for organic waste recycling, instill rainwater harvestation system, and share your story. Let us remember, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. This is a quote by Malala Yousafzai, and this is something that is very powerful. I also want to share a little story that I came across. It's a story of a little girl that I met when I go for my Friday prayers, and I was standing with her mother, and she came to her like every Friday when we go for prayers, we get a little favor, like a prasad, which we take in a piece of baking paper, like a small piece. So she came to her mother and she said, Mama, I want to reuse this paper. And so her mother told her that, how you want to reuse? She said, she thought for a while and she said, I'll make a paper dosa. She rolled that paper and played with it for 5 minutes with an intention that she wants to reuse the paper. I tell this to you now because Amazon is burning. But there are these little kids who are trying to make their contribution in every little way that they can. And we as teachers are a part of nurturing these change makers of tomorrow who can change the world. So here I bring our children to present to you their voice of what they feel they want from the world. we can change the world. We are going to present the link of this presentation for you to use it in your classrooms or individually, however you need. This is the bibliography that the websites that we have used to research for our presentation. We would like to thank Dr. Ghosh, Sharda ma'am, all our heads and coordinators for this opportunity. We would also like to thank our TLs, music team, event team, IT, technical support, and everybody involved for helping us with all the arrangements. Special thanks to our wonderful children for putting up such a beautiful show. Thank you to everyone who's helped us in a big or a small way. And lastly, a big thank you to you all for being an amazing audience. Thank you.